You are still here. That is not a coincidence. Many people confuse survival with luck, but survival is information. It tells a story about who you are when life applies pressure. You were placed in situations that drained your energy, challenged your identity, and forced you to confront parts of yourself you wanted to avoid. There were moments when the path was unclear, when progress was invisible, when effort seemed unrewarded. That is usually where most people stop, not because they are incapable, but because they misinterpret resistance as a sign to quit. You did not. You continued even when your reasons were quiet and your strength felt limited. That tells us something important. You are not driven only by emotion. You are driven by something deeper. Pain was not sent to destroy you. Pain is a filter. It removes what is unnecessary. It exposes what is weak. It sharpens what remains. Every setback forced you to slow down and observe yourself. Every delay tested whether your commitment depended on results or on principle. This is how alignment is built. Not through comfort, but through confrontation. When life strips away distractions, it reveals your core. If you had not been ready, you would have escaped. You would have numbed yourself, blamed others, or chosen the easy exit. Instead, you stayed present. You endured confusion without losing direction. You carried uncertainty without abandoning your values. Survival does not mean you simply endured time. It means you adapted without losing integrity. You learned when to be patient and when to persist. You learned that strength is not loud. Strength is quiet consistency. It shows up even when no one is watching, especially when no one is watching. Many people want transformation without pressure, growth without discomfort, meaning without responsibility. That is not how refinement works. Fire reveals what can last. Pressure exposes what is real. If you are still standing, it means you were able to carry what others could not. This does not mean the struggle is over. It means you passed a threshold. The person who began this journey is not the person reading these words now. Your awareness is sharper. Your tolerance for nonsense is lower. Your standards are higher, even if your confidence is still growing into them. Survival has aligned you with reality. You now understand that nothing valuable is rushed, and nothing strong is accidental. What tried to stop you ended up shaping you. That is not luck. That is preparation. Silence is uncomfortable for most people because it removes distraction. And distraction is how many avoid truth. When everything becomes quiet, the noise inside becomes impossible to ignore. Thoughts rise, doubts surface, old fears speak. This is why people keep themselves busy, entertained, stimulated. Stillness feels threatening because it demands honesty. Yet stillness is where guidance exists. Not as a voice that commands, but as an awareness that clarifies. God does not compete with noise. If you want to hear direction, you must first create space for it. When you slow down, you begin to notice how reactive the mind has become. It jumps ahead, relives the past, imagines outcomes that do not exist. Stillness interrupts this cycle. It brings you back to what is real, to what is now. In that space, urgency dissolves and clarity forms. You stop asking desperate questions and start receiving quiet answers. Not instructions written in words, but a knowing, a sense of what to move toward and what to release. This is why silence has always been part of discipline, prayer, and training across cultures. It is not emptiness. It is alignment. God's guidance often arrives as restraint, not impulse. It shows up as a pause before a reaction, a hesitation before a wrong decision, a calm refusal to rush. Many miss this because they are looking for dramatic signs. They want certainty without patience. But clarity requires presence. When you learn to sit without reaching for distraction, the mind begins to settle. When the mind settles, intuition sharpens. When intuition sharpens, direction becomes obvious. Not easy, but obvious. Stillness also reveals where you are out of alignment. It exposes habits that drain you, attachments that weaken you, thoughts that keep you small. This is not meant to shame you. It is meant to free you. Awareness is the first form of mercy. Once you see clearly, you can no longer pretend. And once you can no longer pretend, change becomes possible. This is why silence feels demanding. It removes excuses. If you have been drawn towards stillness lately, it is not because life is slowing down. It is because you are being prepared to move with precision. Chaos creates reaction. Stillness creates intention. When your inner world becomes calm, your external actions become accurate. You waste less energy. You choose better battles. You speak less, but with weight. This is how guidance works. Quietly, patiently, reliably. And when you learn to listen, you realize it was always there. Discipline is often misunderstood because people associate it with restriction. But in reality, discipline is structure, and structure creates freedom. Without structure, effort scatters. With structure, energy compounds. Discipline is not about forcing yourself to suffer. It is about removing negotiation from your life. The moment you stop debating whether to show up, action becomes lighter. What exhausts most people is not the work, but the constant inner argument about doing the work. Discipline ends that argument. Belief without action remains theoretical. Many people claim faith, vision, or purpose, yet their daily behavior contradicts what they say they believe. Discipline is where belief becomes visible. It is the quiet proof that you trust something beyond immediate comfort. Each time you choose consistency over convenience, you reinforce that trust. Not emotionally, but physically. The body learns through repetition. The mind follows through evidence. Discipline teaches you that you can rely on yourself, and self-trust is the foundation of confidence. God responds to movement, not intention alone. Intention sets direction, but action opens doors. When you commit to disciplined practice, you place yourself in alignment with opportunity. You show readiness. You show respect for what you asked for. Growth does not come to those who wait perfectly prepared. It comes to those who show up imperfectly, repeatedly. Discipline keeps you moving when motivation fades and doubt grows loud. It is the bridge between where you are and what you are becoming. Through discipline, resistance loses its power. The mind stops dramatizing effort because effort becomes routine. What once felt heavy becomes normal. What once felt impossible becomes familiar. This is how transformation happens. Not through a single breakthrough moment, but through thousands of ordinary decisions made with awareness. Discipline builds rhythm, and rhythm builds momentum. Over time, momentum carries you forward even on days when strength feels low. Discipline also humbles you. It reminds you that progress is earned daily and can be lost through neglect. This keeps the ego in check and the focus sharp. You stop seeking validation and start measuring yourself by standards you control. When discipline becomes part of your identity, you no longer ask whether you feel like doing the work. You ask whether the work aligns with the path you chose. That is faith in action, quiet, unseen, unshakable. Responsibility is the moment when life stops treating you as a child and begins treating you as a carrier of weight. Many people avoid this moment because responsibility removes comfort and excuses at the same time. When you take responsibility, you can no longer blame circumstances, timing, or other people for where you are. This feels heavy at first, but it is also where power returns to you. The moment you accept responsibility, you regain authorship over your direction. There is a difference between fault and responsibility. You are not responsible for everything that happened to you, but you are responsible for what you do with it. Carrying responsibility does not mean self-punishment. It means honest ownership. It means recognizing that no one else can live your life for you, make your decisions for you, or carry your consequences. Waiting for rescue keeps you passive. Accepting responsibility activates you. When you stop expecting someone else to save you, your behavior changes. You become more attentive, more deliberate, less reactive. You stop wasting energy on complaint and redirect it into action. Responsibility sharpens awareness. It forces you to see patterns in your choices, results in your habits, and truth in your limitations. This is not meant to discourage you. It is meant to refine you. Clarity is not always comfortable, but it is always useful. Responsibility also brings dignity. When you carry your own weight, you no longer need external validation to feel worthy. Your confidence comes from knowing that you handle what is placed in front of you. You may still struggle, but you struggle standing upright. You stop asking for permission to become who you are meant to be. You move with intention rather than entitlement. This is why responsibility is given only to those who are capable of growth. It is not a burden placed on the weak. It is a signal that you are ready to lead yourself. Leadership begins internally. Before you influence others, you must govern your actions. When responsibility becomes part of your identity, excuses disappear. In their place comes focus, direction, execution. That is the final initiation. When you accept it fully, you realize the weight you feared is the strength you were building toward all along.